Something quirky about the Nintendo Switch is that it provides two drastically different first-party controller options, the Joy-Con and the Pro Controller. So chances are, if you're a heavy Switch user like me, you probably have both of these. The problem with owning both, however, is that charging becomes a complete mess of wires. So today I'll be reviewing the PowerA Joy-Con and Pro Controller charging dock, an inexpensive attempt at trying to solve this problem. Let's take a look.
That you're young, and I know you're naive, but you know that you got.
So this is the PowerA charging dock. It costs $15 and comes with the charging dock itself and a dongle for charging the Pro Controller. The dock itself is made out of a matte black, which suits the aesthetic of the Pro Controller pretty nicely. While the USB cable is non-removable, it tucks underneath the dock itself pretty easily thanks to the built-in cable management. Also, considering that it's just a normal USB cable, you can plug it into any of the ports on the side of the Switch or behind the back cover. As for the actual charging, the Joy-Cons slide onto the sides, as you probably could tell from the thumbnail, and the Pro Controller sits in the center, though the Pro Controller requires the dongle that I mentioned earlier. The way the dongle charges the controller is through some contact pads that touch some small pins that come out of the dock itself when the controller is set down. The dongle is pretty small and is relatively unobtrusive unless you have really large hands,
Boy, if you don't get
or you're holding the controller in an atypical way. It hasn't been a huge issue to me at all, though I don't think it's the most aesthetically pleasing or technically impressive solution for wireless charging. Other than the dongle, the dock has 3 indicator LEDs that show whether a device is charging or is fully charged. The only issue I'd say that I've had with the dock itself is that there have been a few instances where I've set the Pro Controller down and the indicator LED did turn on, but the Pro Controller itself did not charge. This seemed like a big issue to me at first, but then I realized that the Pro Controller itself has an indicator light that is visible when you set the controller into the dock, so I've just made a habit out of checking both the indicator light on the dock and the indicator light on the Pro Controller. All of this being said, if you're buying this dock for the sole purpose of being careless and just kind of throwing your controllers onto something and letting them charge, I don't know that this is the product for you. However, if you can get past that, I do think that it's a fair compromise to make with how visually pleasing the dock itself is. I have 2 of the docks now, and I am so happy with how they look in front of my TV. Everything is pretty compact, there's no mess of wires, and all of it is powered by the Switch alone. So for $15, I definitely recommend this dock. It's aesthetically pleasing, it doesn't break the bank, and it does the job pretty well. As long as you're okay with leaving the relatively small dongle on your Pro Controller and checking that your devices are charging when you plug them in, I'm certain that you like this product. That's pretty much it for this video though, guys, so if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for next week's video.